Return of the Welsh gangster himself. Yes, we saw him make his UFC debut back in February, was victorious, had a nice win, and now looking to go 2-0 inside the octagon. What a weekend that was for him in Anaheim. Had the win over Val Woodburn, and now coming back on Saturday on the prelims of UFC 304 to fight Preston Parsons. He's the one and only Oban Elliott, who is kind enough to join us. There he is. Our old pal.
What an introduction, Ariel. What's happening?
Yeah, one of our own. He's one of our own. Oban Elliott. He's one of our own. Yeah.
Come on.
Come
I like
on,
the passion
son.
there with the grit in the teeth.
Yeah.
I love the passion there.
How are we feeling?
I'm great. I'm great. And I was having a little think about this on the way back to mine now before we did this. And I felt like last time I was very fanboyish about the whole thing. So I feel like I owe a little bit of an apology.
Are you kidding?
Because I'm a bit annoyed at myself.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Here you are. Like, you're here. You're a part of the crew. You're one of us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like the whole occasion, I felt like I forgot how much I actually belong there.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So I just wanted to come with you with that. I don't know why. I had a little thought on the way over here.
Now, you are a part of the, forget about this show. You're a UFC vet now. This is your second fight. You're 1-0 in the UFC. Do you feel like you belong more? Were you battling imposter syndrome the first time?
That's what I'm trying to talk about,
I like it.
Yeah, I think so. And I just give myself a little kick up the arse a bit and being like, what are you talking about? You are the man.
Yes.
You belong here. This is a lifetime's work that's come to fruition. And now I get to go and show it again, but better, way better. And I get to go and do it on these shores. I'm going to get the plane anywhere. I got a little drive, 3-hour drive. But yeah, that's how I feel. I belong in this whole thing, 100%.
Did that thought kick in right after the fight? Did it take some time in the aftermath of the fight? When did you start to say, wait a second, I am the man. I should be here?
Yeah, it's a few weeks. I was enjoying myself, Ariel, after the last one. It was as you know, it was cool. Do you know what I mean? It was like what a first week at work that was. You know what I mean? But yeah, as it's unfolded, I've realized like, no, I'm not just like, or I'm not gonna be. Of course, I'm excited by it, but I'm not gonna be like some little fan. You know what I mean? I'm a world-class fighter fighting in the UFC, and I deserve to be here. So it's kind of, I guess everybody goes through it quietly, but yeah, I went through it, and now my head's in the perfect place. You know what I mean?
Your reaction when you heard that you were fighting in the UK, in this new arena in Manchester, a big UK pay-per-view. We were talking earlier with Arnold about how this sort of feels like a golden age for UK MMA. There's so many, obviously, champions, but also up-and-comers, rising stars, prospects, whatever you want to say. You're in that bunch. What was your reaction when you got the call that they wanted you on this card?
It was an honor. It was very cool because I won't go into detail now, but after the last fight, I had a couple of, bumps and bruises, and I didn't actually get cleared to fight until, later on. I was going back and forth, the UFC look after you when it comes to your health 100%. But obviously, it was all good. I had the clearance, and it was like 3 days later they put me on the card, and I was thinking, I'm maybe not gonna be able to get on this card because of I wasn't eligible for being matched. But literally, I think it was the Friday. I said, yeah, I'm all good. Just needed it off the doctor, basically. And by the 5 days? By the Wednesday, I had a fight come through. I was like, wow, that is an honor. You know what I mean? Because I know this, but people, you see it online, people are trying to get fights, but it seems like they wanted me on this card. So yeah, I'm honored, 100%.
Your thoughts on, it's been a big talking point, this happening in the middle of the night. How do you feel about that?
I'm quite lucky because I'm early on. So it's like, I'm like a main event kind of time. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, what time did Jake Paul fight the other day? I think it was like
1.
One local time. Well, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to be like between midnight and 1 in the morning. So
Easy.
I'm like I'm on like a main event schedule. Don't get me wrong, I go to bed quite early and get up quite early usually. So I've just like tweaked that, but you know, I've never been one to bitch and moan about having to fight that time of night. Anyway, you know what I mean? I did it enough growing up out on nights out and that. You know, after 15 pints or whatever, and I did fine then. So I'm a trained professional athlete now. I'll be just fine. I'll be excited.
Did you watch UFC 204 when Bisping fought in the middle of the night against Dan Henderson?
I did, and you know we used to staying up all night, watching them. But yeah, I did watch that one.
Imagine telling that young man in 2016 that he'd be on a similar card 8 years later.
Yeah, that is mad. I did know though.
You knew.
I did know. I knew.
How?
I knew. And ask anybody because I just knew. I just had this. I've had this gear in me. And it got to that point where it was like mind over matter, and I just, you know, it would have took anything to get here. You know what I mean? I would have done anything, lied, cheated, and stole my way up if I had to, you know, to get here, and I got here. So I knew then that, of course, it is surreal. I do every day. I'm pinching myself because I'm like, wow, I literally did turn that. I was talking to my close friend the other day about this. It is crazy how, you know, you can turn things into reality just by wanting it. Mad.
Is this training camp different than the last one because there's no sort of fear of the unknown? Like you've gone through it once, you got that whole experience out of the way. Like now you're kind of in a groove. Does it feel at all different? Do you feel like you have more confidence?
Yeah, I feel like the pressure's off me.
Nice.
The pressure's finally off me. Even like I'm talking to you now, the pressure's off me. I'm just talking to you like as if we're
just
down
mates.
the pub having a chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, all of it. The chains are off. At that Contender Series, that was like, you know, because of the way that fight went, that was like and Dana was like, I was on the fence for this one, and then he told me when he signed me, he said, well done, be careful what you wish for, kid. And then I always kind of thought about that. And then the main challenge was dealing with the occasion. That was kind of the whole challenge behind it. And I went out on my debut, flew across the Honda Center. I fought on a pay-per-view like that, and just about everything that I ever dreamed of happened all in the space of a couple of days before I got the result. And then I was sat in the change room thinking, this is the most perfect week of my life so far. Everything's come true. Now I've got this daunting task ahead of me. So it was like a pressure, and I felt like I dealt with it really well. So now this time, I'm determined to go out there, and I'm not leaving anything to chance. I'm going to go and take it. You know what I mean? I'm not leaving nothing to chance. I'm going to go in there and take it and show everybody just how good I am. You know what I mean?
How do you feel about Preston?
So, yeah. Preston Parsons. It's a funny name, isn't it?
It sounds
Do
like
you think?
It's like almost
it's like someone
a bad guy in like a
name.
1980s movie or something like that, you know?
Yeah. Or like you're saying, right, you're gonna go in there now, but don't tell me your real name. Say your name, something like, I don't know, Preston Parsons. Yeah, you know. You know, he's a good fighter. He's on his second contract. He's had 4 fights in the UFC?
Yeah, I believe
and
so.
I'm his 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, it's no mug, is it? He's a good fighter, but he's not as good as me. That's all I've really got to say about him. Yeah, he'll find out. He'll find out.
You almost like switched there. Your demeanor switched.
Yeah, I do feel like that is kind of happening to me in the last week or so, the last couple of weeks. Yeah. I'm not having it, mate. I swear to God, I'm not having. No one's taking this from me. Do you know what I mean? No one's taking this from me. It's like a touchy subject. You know what I mean?
What? Can you explain what is touchy?
No. It's like, you know, how dare you, in a way.
Yeah.
That's kind of where you say my demeanor changed.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No, there is that. Of course, it's just competition and all that, you know. And he probably feels exactly the same way about me, but just I'm not giving this up, Ariel. Do you know what I mean? I'm not giving this up. No way. So Preston Parsons, whether it was Preston Parsons or anybody else, you know, I'm prepared to I'm prepared to take them all on. And you know, Preston, he's the biggest fight of my life to date, and I'm looking forward to going there and showing the levels. You know,
You watch a lot of footage on him?
I've seen what I need to see. You know,
Okay.
so I don't sit there and study him and you know, like obsessively. Of course, I've studied him. But yeah, I've seen him. I know what he's about. I'd like to think. Yeah, but I never really like to deal with it like that because anything could happen on the night. He could come out with a totally different style. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and he's riding a good wave. Like his last 3 fights, he lost a split decision in his last loss. So, you know, if instead of just one judge on the night gave him the scorecards, if 2 of them did,
Yeah.
it would be a different conversation. He'd be on a 3-fight win streak. So this is a big fight. It's a tough fight. But yeah, I'm ready for whatever he's going to bring. I'm not slipping up now. There's no way.
I saw that you signed the contract. Were you like in a pub or a bar or something when you signed the contract for this fight?
I was in an undisclosed location area.
What do you mean? Why?
That's just one of my hangouts. You know, I'm sure Che will explain.
Oh, sorry.
To that
It's
effect.
gangster stuff.
It's undisclosed.
Okay. Was there a particular reason why you signed it there?
I was just enjoying myself.
Okay.
Having just having a little just unwinding, you know, after a hard day's training.
Sure.
Doing a bit of business. Yeah.
Have you and Chael kept in touch since your
we have.
Wow.
We have. And that's cool. It's cool, isn't it?
How
I
so?
congratulated him on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I wish him luck when he went out and beat Anderson again.
Sure. Right.
So yeah, we kept in touch like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. It's weird to hear his voice.
Oh, does he send you voice notes?
It's like he voiced that would be back. Yeah. And it's like, you know, how is this man now talking to me? It's weird. That's where the fan comes in. You know, it's like, you know, I'm not just suddenly turning into some like jackass with it all, going, you know, of course I appreciate it, but you know, we kept in touch. I kept in touch with Big Phil as well, CM Punk. We kept in touch since.
Look at you.
It's cool, isn't it?
Look at
it's
you.
Cool. It's cool. It's cool.
I noticed that. Did you get a tattoo of your grandfather on his wedding day?
I did. Yes, very well. Let me just get in there. There it is. Can you see him?
Yeah. What? Why did you choose that? What does that signify?
Because he turned 85 the other day, and I was just like, what could I get him as a present? There's no like real the respect I have for that man is like unlike anybody in the world. You know what I mean? He is so I was like thinking of ways that I could show my respect for him, and I just on the biggest and best day of his life got a portrait of him on his wedding day, and I didn't tell him. I went to see him. I'm my nan, and we were talking in the kitchen. I showed him a picture of his of the wedding day. I was like, I come across this the other day. Do you remember this? He went, bloody hell, that was years ago. And then and I showed him my arm, and he's just couldn't believe it.
Wow.
And it was a nice way to tip my hat to him. You know what I mean? I wanted him to see it, and he always taught me to shake hands with my right hand. So I got it on my right arm, and I went to him. I said, "Why do you think I got it on my right arm?" And he goes, "That's how you shake hands." And I was like, "Yeah, wow. It's cool, isn't it? It's a cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a cool thing."
You're a very emotional guy, a very sensitive guy. I feel.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I feel like that. I feel that is a very good good description of me, and I use it as like my fuel. You know what I mean? And yeah,
Because you're
just
passionate.
passionate is the right word. Yeah, I'm passionate about things like this. You know,
Hmm.
and yeah, I just like to keep my morals close. You know, don't like to let them drift to things that don't matter. And I feel like family and family is above all else the most important thing we've got, in my opinion. So that's kind of why I carry myself, I guess, in the way I do. Like I don't care what people think, as long as I've got, as long as I'm doing right by my family. If my granddad turned around and said, "Hey, you're acting like a bit of a dick," I'd be, I would really, really take that, really, really, really upset me. That would really mess with my head. But if any Tom, Dick, and Harry online talking shit about me or whatever, it just literally bounces off
Hmm.
straight back at them. So yeah, just don't know, it's just who I am, I guess.
Have you sorted your Twitter problems, or is that still? Are you still banned?
Still banned, still
It's
banned.
crazy.
I just gave up. I didn't even know how to really appeal it. I appealed it, and I said something like, um, I didn't mean it. It was a joke or something. And they just said back, "You violent hate speech." And because I said to another guy, "Be careful who you're talking to, or you get whacked." And like, on gangster films, that means you're gonna get.
Yeah, of course.
It was just a joke, man.
Yeah,
How were they
chill.
banning me for that?
You were
Like,
having a
I don't
laugh.
care. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was only messing with Colby, ish. Yeah, so
What
I
about
didn't sort that out.
what about this bear tattoo on your shoulder?
Oh yeah, we're going into the tattoos. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
got
come on, look
this.
at this. It's something else.
It hurt.
It's
Because
unbelievably detailed.
obviously
What
I
does that
made
signify?
my debut in California, the bear.
Come on.
Yeah, I swear to God. And it's a ape. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. And it's an apex predator. And I
Oh,
had nothing for the contender series, so I got the bald eagle of America underneath it, and
wow.
and yeah, just locked it in.
Wait, you were paying homage to the Apex?
Oh no, not the yeah, no. It's like America, and
Sure.
that's where it began.
I love it.
I'm not. Someone said, "Oh, you're gonna get a tattoo of Manchester," and I was like, "No, no, come on,
Come on, let's not get crazy.
yeah, it's not, it's just that's where it's, cap off a chapter and close a chapter."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I always wanted a tattoo like this, like The Rock, in the
Oh
same place The
yeah.
Rock has his. Where he's got that bull carcass. I really liked it, but I didn't know how I was gonna put it together. But it was perfect, really, and yeah, yeah,
Would you,
cool, isn't it?
it's very
Cool.
cool and very well done. Would you
Mm,
ever, true or false?
thank you.
Uh, would you ever get a chael tattoo?
That'd be a bit weird, I think.
Okay, fine.
Don't you think? That'd be a bit
No.
weird. I think you'd probably be like, right, okay, he's getting a bit. It's a bit weird now.
Were you happy when England lost to Spain in the Euro final? Were you one of those Welsh people?
I grew up a lot of my life in England. I
Oh,
didn't. That doesn't. I went to secondary school in England, so
okay,
that
okay.
doesn't really. No, no. I don't really care though. Don't really care. But I've never really been able to support England, because if I'm in England, they call me the Welsh kid, and then when I'm in Wales, a lot of the time, messing about, they call me the English kid or whatever. So it just goes over my head. I don't really care about that, about the football.
But you'll get cheered on Saturday.
I should do, but if I get booed, then
No.
that'll probably be make for a better entertainment. I'll just be the heel. It's never going to bother me if I get booed. But yeah, I don't think I should get cheered. I should get cheered.
Against an American? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you will. What about
Yeah.
what about
Yeah.
the fact that week, you talk about that week, what a dream week it was for you, and then you cap it off. I made a call or two, and there you are, front row, Monday Night Raw, next to Michael Chandler cutting a promo.
I
That
know.
was crazy.
I know. And yeah, crazy. Crazy. I saw him at the back, and I said, good promo, very good. And he said, "That means a lot coming from you. Thank you." No, he
Wow.
didn't.
Oh,
He
yeah.
didn't. No. He said, "Thank you very much. Like, great job on the weekend. Keep fighting."
Oh, he didn't say,
So,
like, you want to take a picture, kid? I'll see you at the top.
nah. Yeah, nah.
And
We
then
didn't.
and then I see you
We had a little picture.
and then I see you at Clash at the Castle.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're like now a part of the circuit.
And I had TKO follow me the other day.
Wow.
And I looked at their things and I was like, right, so who do they follow? Thinking it was going to be everyone. It's only a couple of people on there.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's
not-
going on here? Yeah. I was at the Clash at the Castle. I was up there kind of in secret because surely I'll be allowed to say this.
Oh, now I'm putting 2 to 2 together. I'm putting 2 to 2 together. Is it because of Phil?
Yes. He's sorted it out.
You knew.
It's cool.
Wow, you got it. So you got to go to Clash at the Castle because you're now a close and personal friend of the best in the world.
Well, I guess so. I would say so. Yeah, he is a great guy. I was just over there making sure nothing got out of hand,
It was a great
guard
return.
kind of thing.
It was a great return.
Yeah.
That was what a show.
Yeah.
The crowd was on fire, huh?
Oh, amazing. Yeah, it was really loud in there. I just love the chant. I can't wait until I'm in them shoes and I get a chant like that. It'd be so cool. Yeah, Cody Rhodes on fire. They were all really good show. Fair play to them. The athletic prowess that you see as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough game. You've obviously been there ringside, I'm sure. You've been pretty close. Yeah,
not as close as you.
Rough.
I'm not as special as you, but I've dabbled, and it's amazing.
If you want tickets, let me know.
Right. Did you watch the Jake Paul fight on Saturday?
I tried to stay up for it, but I was getting pretty tired. I'm staying up later anyway, but that was like what, 4 a.m, 5?
Yeah, for you, maybe later. Yeah, 5. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I was trying to keep up, but I hit the hay. But what? Fair play to him. Fair play.
So what do you think? Because all the MMA fighters like to talk shit afterwards. I think it's more out of jealousy, to be honest.
Well, put it like this. I literally just explained this to my barber now, right? Say what you want about him. I'm in the position where you've got to go out there, no matter how good you are. You've got to walk into an arena and perform.
Yeah.
You've got to be composed enough to perform. He's put himself at the main event, fighting guys who've made the walk a lot more than he has, and he's composed enough to get the job done. Like, he's looking across at Anderson Silva, and he's composed enough to get the job done. So, yeah, I know. We all know that he's fighting guys that don't professionally box full time, and he's and a lot of up until Perry, I think. Is it everybody was like retired or whatever? Is that the thing?
A little bit older, yeah. Certainly.
Yeah, a little bit older, but I think if we were talking about anybody else, if it was like Joe Rogan said, I think, and like an up and comer, we'd be like, this guy is could be really, really good. So yeah, I think fair play to Jake Paul, what he's doing. And he lumps that pressure on himself and he still goes out there and gets it done. So, and that's a tough thing to do. So fair play.
It's not easy to make that walk in the main event, and everyone's looking at you and everyone's hoping that you fail, and you're fighting like certified, like Mike Perry. And again, I say this with the utmost love and respect, is a bit of a psycho. And like that guy's looking to cut your head off. But I don't know. People.
And he's still got to get. And I think people are trashing Jake Paul. Do you not get the business? Like, he's got that much hate online. He's not going to do a U-turn and try and get people to like him. He's got that much hate. He's thinking, okay, I'm getting hate. Let's just keep chucking fuel on the fire. Let's just make this bigger and bigger and bigger. He's filling arenas up. He's booked to fight Tyson. He's clearly doing something like that. Do you not get the business? Like, why are you biting? Don't bite. He's probably a decent guy behind closed doors. You know what I mean? So, just, I think fair play what he's going out there and doing, and he gave Tommy Fury a good fight as well. So yeah, I feel like if everybody stopped saying how bad Jake Paul was, maybe this whole thing won't be so surprising, because he's not that bad, is he? He's good.
This is one of the more sensible takes that I've heard on Jake Paul from a fighter.
Do you think? Yeah. I mean, I guess the weight issue with Perry, he looked pretty small in there, but Usyk was just way smaller than Fury, so if you're that much better, surely you make up for it. I don't really like that he's fighting Tyson because Tyson, Jake Paul is clearly a powerful big guy, and Mike is obviously nearly 60. It's like, oh, does that
Yeah.
So yeah, just one of them. I'm just being, I guess you said it with sense, but I'm just being honest about it. That's just what's going on.
Well, I
isn't it,
appreciate
really?
that you don't, because a lot of it comes across to me as jealousy when the fighters talk. Like, he's given all these guys, including Perry, the biggest payday of their career. No one's forcing Mike Perry or anyone to take these fights. They're going out there, they're doing it. They think they can knock his block off, and you know, and they're falling short. And you could say after the fact that he's bullying, he's picking his opponents. He's in a position to be able to pick his opponents.
He's not any different to any other boxer fighting at 5 and 50 on the way up, is he? You know what I mean? So yeah, fair. If Perry says yes, why shouldn't you go out there and fight him? We are probably right on the jealousy thing. I don't really care. Me, I just watch him and think, oh, he's done it again. And I actually watched him the other day and thought, right, he actually looked really good there. So fair enough. I'm not really bothered about Jake Paul. Yeah.
So what do we think? What do we think? Saturday, how do you win? Well, technically Sunday morning. How do we win?
I haven't knocked anybody out on a few fights, Ariel. I think this is the one.
This is the one.
I think this is the one. It's all kind of happened at once. It's like an arc in a story. It's like my knockouts early on in my career were all the time, and then and that's amateur as well. Going back, and all happened so quick. I was knocking everybody out. Boom, 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 boom. I come across a guy on the way up in Cage Warriors, and I tried to knock him out. I rushed it. He didn't go away. I paid the price. Since then, I've been like, right, you got to go out there and do. You can't just go in there hunting a knockout. So since then, it's kind of been a bit more just make sure you win kind of thing. Make sure you go out there and perform, not just hunt the knockout, because only amateurs, rookies hunt a knockout. Now it's all kind of unfolded the way it has. I know what to do in there. I know what it's like in there, and I don't think he's gonna see the final bell, Ariel. No way.
And by the way, what weight is this at, this fight? I just want to make sure there's no confusion with your coach.
Yeah, I know you get me confused with a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Ariel. And I know Shaky, as you say, can't read the contracts half the time. But this is welterweight, I think.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best. Go out there, enjoy it, have a great week, and looking forward to seeing you do as you predicted on Saturday. Let's do this.
Thank you very much, Ariel, mate. Thank you. Let's do it. That's right. Let's do it.
All the best to you, Oban. Thank you so much, and good luck Saturday night.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.